Welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. On today's video, I'm going to discuss the XRP price action. And of course, for the people who have seen my videos before, thank you very much for supporting this channel. So let's get started. And I right now have already opened up the XRP compared to Bitcoin chart. And what I wanted to talk about is actually about how amazingly XRP has been performing lately. You can see over here that we had a major pump compared to Bitcoin. You could see that it was almost a increase of approximately, let's take a look, 55 or actually 56% if you take a look at this. And I think that's absolutely marvelous for the price action. But what I think is most importantly is that we actually were able to break above this orange box over here. And what does the orange box actually tell us? So previously we saw a major resistance at this point over here. We saw that XRP was supported as well several times on top of the orange box, and also once again, once it broke below it, it found resistance for a while. Afterwards, it found support inside of the orange box, resistance, it broke above the orange box, it found support on top of the orange box. So there has been quite a lot of information at this point in time in the past. And right now you could see that we broke through the orange box without any type of hesitation, and XRP is right now currently finding support on top of this orange box. I think this is absolutely marvelous and very important for the price action of the XRP as well. What I think is more important is this over here. If we take a look at the moving averages, you can see over here that the 50-day moving average is actually having a crossover on the XRP chart, and that is of utmost importance to see the price action of XRP actually blow towards the upside. I think personally that this will have a lot of effect on the price action of XRP, perhaps not right now, but eventually we will see once XRP is able to find support each time on top of the 50-day and 100-day moving average. It will actually help XRP to be able to rise once again. So I think this is of utmost importance that we are seeing a crossover occurring over here, and I think also in the short term it will have effect on the price action of XRP for sure. So this is, I think, very important to see XRP actually find support on top of the orange box right now. And just to be sure, I draw this thin line over here, the orange line, and that is just in case XRP doesn't hold strong on top of the orange box. I think that in particular that is not something that will occur, but just hypothetically speaking, I draw this line to tell you that there is a major level of support over here as well for the people who are still concerned about if XRP will be able to hold strong above the orange box, something that I in particular think will for sure be the case over here. So as well, just before I go towards the XRP compared to US dollar charts, let's take a look at the 4-hourly chart, and actually let's take a look at the EMA ribbon and the MACD. So what we are seeing over here is actually that XRP got already supported by the EMA ribbon once after it was able to break above it, and the longs took over the shorts. And right now it's not only the orange box that is serving as a major level of support where we had a lot of previous information, but it is also the EMA ribbon that is actually joining the orange box and will be actually forming a stronghold of support over here. And I think that is also of major importance. So lastly, I wanted to take a look at the MACD. You are seeing on the MACD currently on the 4-hourly time frame that we are seeing a crossover of downward momentum. I think this won't be as have a major impact on the price action. We might possibly see a move towards the downside, but I think that will be a minor move, just retesting once again the orange box, perhaps entering the orange box. But I think for sure the orange box won't be broken, and that is due to the fact that we are seeing not just the orange box with previous data showing us that there is a lot of support at that point over here, but as well due to the fact that the EMA ribbon is actually forming a support as well. So that is for me of utmost importance. The MACD is looking rather pessimistic if you ask me, and I think that the impact won't be that big right now due to the fact that we are seeing a crossover on the 4-hourly chart compared to Bitcoin. So if you are liking the content so far, do not forget to subscribe to the channel just by clicking the button down below. And as well, if you like my previous videos, don't forget to give me a thumbs up on this one as well. So let's get started on the XRP compared to USD chart. So what we are seeing over here, I already enabled the EMA ribbon, but I will be talking about that later on during this video. But what I wanted to talk about is actually I will be placing a Fibonacci to see where we are currently standing and what kind of potential XRP has for the upcoming weeks, and also just the overall future for XRP. So I will be drawing the Fibonacci retracement from swing low towards swing high, and it started actually at the 20th of December of 2020, so previous to the run-up we saw during spring. And right now we are seeing this major run-up as well once again on the XRP price action. I think that is of utmost important, but also what I wanted to show you is actually that once we saw the previous run-up, that run-up was major. We had a 224% run-up during the month of April. I think that is of utmost importance that we will probably be seeing something similar to what we saw previously, and that would mean that we would be seeing just a major run-up of approximately 224%. I will be placing it just over here because I don't have enough space to show it to you, but you can see a 222% move would be, for example, heading towards the $2.61, and I think that is something you have to take into consideration that might occur on the XRP price action. So that is for sure something that makes me very happy to see, and something I would like to discuss right now is actually the Fibonacci that I have drawn. You can see that we are right now finding resistance right underneath, or you might say perhaps on top of the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement, and that is for me the golden pocket entry. So for sure I think this is a major key level. Right now I am a little bit doubtful if we will be able to break above the Fibonacci 0.382 and find support on top of it before heading even further, or that we might perhaps see a small downward momentum towards the 0.5 perhaps before heading once again up. I think that second scenario won't be actually the scenario that we will be seeing, especially if you take also into consideration the price action of Bitcoin. I think that is very important, and I personally think that Bitcoin will be heading even further up during the next upcoming hours, and that is also the fact that I think that will help XRP actually surpass this level of resistance and find support on top of it before heading even further up. So this is what I'm currently seeing as a major level of resistance that we have to break through before heading even further towards the upside. So for the persons who are actually willing to start a trade over here, I personally would trade this once we see a breakout or a small retest of this 0.382 level. Once we break above it, find support on top of it, and we see a major spike towards the upside. So once we see the second retest by finding support on top of the 0.382 instead of resistance as we are currently seeing, I would personally enter a long position. And how to place that is by actually selecting, for example, I would say by placing your entry at actually $1.28, and your stop loss, I would place that actually approximately around here. And otherwise what I am personally doing is placing my stop loss at this point over here at 0.5 Fibonacci at $1.07. That is also what you could consider, but this spot over here is also a stop loss level that I would not disagree upon, and that is actually the level at $1.17. So for the persons who would like to know where their stop loss could be placed, I think that is a great level to place your stop loss. And otherwise at the 0.5, I think this is a very safe option if you place it at $1.07 once we are going to see a major spike towards the upside. So I'm very glad to see this, and let's get started by looking at the EMA ribbon. So the EMA ribbon is actually forming as a major level of support. You could see that we have already retested the EMA ribbon support several times already since we broke above it. I think that will be very helpful for the upcoming run-up, and as well, if XRP right now does not have enough strength to break above the 0.382 level, the EMA ribbon will for sure serve as a major level of support. So that is very important to me. And let's get further by taking a look as well at the relative strength index, or perhaps as well known as RSI. So the RSI was quite overextended for a while at this point in time over here. We are right now re-entering the 75 area of the purple box. I think that is very important as well, because once we enter the purple box, we will have enough strength eventually to see XRP price action rise once again above and be once again inside of this area above the purple box, the overbought area. So that is for sure, I think, very important. And right now I think we are seeing XRP re-entering the purple area, and I think that will for sure be very good for the price action just right now. As well, let's take a look at something else, and that is actually the MACD. The MACD is not looking as good as the RSI or as the EMA ribbon, but I think personally that this is just a temporary move, because if you take a look at, for example, the 2-hour time frame, you are seeing that the MACD is actually quite low. It had already quite a significant impact in the downward momentum, and I personally think that we will see a crossover anytime soon, perhaps in the next 2 hours, to upward momentum once again on the 2-hourly time frame, and that is for sure, I think, rather interesting. So this is my personal opinion on XRP right now, and how will I be trading this, and what type of scenario could we be seeing over here. So let's get started for sure by drawing just on the 1-hourly time frame. Just what I'm seeing over here is actually, I will like to say, a symmetrical triangle getting formed, and I will be placing my symmetrical triangle just like that. Just give me a tad moment to actually place my lines correctly, and what I'm seeing is this symmetrical triangle that I would like to call it that way. So that major pump towards the upside that we would perhaps see if we see a breakout occur would be looking something like this. So currently we are actually retesting this upward sloping support line. I personally think this line might hold strong. Perhaps it might not hold strong exactly as I've drawn. Maybe we will see the candle head all the way towards the $1.26 or 25 level perhaps, but I think that is still fine to me, especially because you could redraw this line a little and just adjust that, and it still doesn't mean that we are not seeing this pattern play itself out on the 1-hourly time frame and as well on the 4-hourly time frame. But I personally think that afterwards we will see XRP break out of this downward sloping resistance, find support on top of it, and I think the scenario that we will be seeing will look something similar to what I've drawn over here. That is this candle that I placed, and that would be meaning that we will see a 10% move on the XRP price action, and that is for sure a very nice trade right now. As well, if we see XRP actually breaking out towards the downside, not being able to find support, we would be heading all the way towards the $1.16 level, and it would be as well a 10% drop. Of course, as I said previously, I don't think this is realistic, especially if you take into account what Bitcoin is doing currently, and I think Bitcoin is looking very bullish for the next upcoming hours, so that will for sure influence the price action of XRP as well, and I think XRP will be able actually to find support on top of this downward sloping resistance and perhaps see a major spike in its price. So very interesting to take a look at what's currently happening in the market, and I really hope you enjoyed this video so far. If you did, do not forget to give me a thumbs up down below, and as well for the people who are interested, don't forget to also watch my Twitter and actually follow me over there. So thank you very much and have a nice day.
We need some lithium. Gas fees way too high. We're getting sick of them. Indeed. 5